Hello and welcome back to AIBC YouTube channel. Joining me today is the co-founder and CEO of ZED, a revolutionary digital horse racing and wagering ecosystem built for an emerging market of esports and gambling enthusiasts. Rob Salha, it is great to talk to you today.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Now, I wanted to kick things off by getting to know you a little bit more. Tell us your background, how you got into the industry, and all about ZED.
Yeah, so this is something I always find really interesting to hear how everyone ended up working in the blockchain and crypto space. I find it really intriguing just how diverse the space is with people from all walks of life and really how they found their way into the blockchain industry. For me, I started off my career in the finance sector, as well as working on many of my own startups from gaming, affiliate marketing, to AI bots and e-commerce. In about 2013, I was first introduced to the whole concept of blockchain and more specifically Bitcoin by a friend of mine. And I wish I had listened to him more at the time back then, but it did really pique my interest. And I guess because of my finance background as well, what first sucked me into the crypto space was how the economics worked, where the demand came from, where the supply came from. And that's really where my, I guess, blockchain journey started. It wasn't until a few years later, I think around 2017, that I finally did a big deep dive into the blockchain space with my co-founder, Chris Laurent, who at the time, he was working in sports wagering and innovation. And very early on, we both saw that there was a connection with digital entertainment and blockchain. And from there, our first game, ZED Run, was born, really. And the whole concept behind ZED, when we first started, was really, really simple. It was basically to give our users that feeling of owning a racehorse in some alternate universe. Because in the real world, not everyone is privy or lucky enough to own their own racehorse. And we wanted to give that opportunity, the opportunity of buying, trading, owning and racing a racehorse to our users. Ultimately, I guess what we loved the notion of most about the blockchain was it was really cool that you could own something digitally in a transparent economy where you could set the market and your fellow users could set the market for how much your digital asset or digital collectible was worth. And we felt at the time that the blockchain supported that thesis.
Wow, cool story, cool concept. I love it. Let's move on to how our non-fungible tokens are paving the way for new users into getting into crypto.
Yeah, that's a really good question as well. And it's something our team always discusses internally as well. How do we make our mark in the industry by really increasing accessibility into non-fungible tokens? If we go back a couple of years as well, it wasn't really until 2017 when really the words blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency entered the mainstream. And that's when people started to want to know more and want to learn more as well. Even for myself, I like to think of myself as open to new technologies and tech savvy. But even back then for me, if I wanted to buy my own cryptocurrency or even a Bitcoin, it was difficult. And to be honest, it was scary, not only for me, but for a lot of others felt the same as well. Words like seed phrases, public keys, private keys, KYC, digital wallet, it wasn't common vocabulary, I guess you could say. The other side of the equation was, if you managed to get your hands on any type of crypto or any type of tokens, the other question was, what do you do with it? Now, the entire ZED Run team, what we really believe in is a lot of great technology. It gains momentum, it gains adoption through utility. And by utility, I mean having something to do with it. So when dApps or decentralized applications started entering into the market, it opened up the floodgates to what was possible on the blockchain. Now, still during 2017, one of the first, I guess, cult hit games that appeared on the blockchain was CryptoKitties. Everyone knows about CryptoKitties. And what we loved about CryptoKitties at the time, it made blockchain more fun and less daunting and less intimidating. And CryptoKitties at the time really started the trend of gaming on the blockchain, and many startups were spawned from the ERC 721 token standard that they developed, including us when we built ZED Run also. And I guess just wanting to highlight as well, there's a lot of talk about the NFT industry and the rise of the NFT industry as well, but we must understand we're still, the industry as a whole is really in its early or infancy stage right now. We are so early right now, and there's a lot of focus on accessibility, which lends itself to the question. And what I mean about that is that NFTs are really trying hard to give users a Web 2 experience with Web 3 technologies. And it's starting to happen with NFTs because games at the end of the day are meant to be fun and frictionless. And if games can be fun and frictionless, then it's going to increase adoption and it's going to improve accessibility. So we're starting to see a lot of NFT platforms, such as ourselves as well, really focusing on how do we onboard a user, how do we make blockchain more fun, how do we build universes that are going to entice users to come and want to be part of those ecosystems. And the hopeful result of all that is really to convert non-crypto users into crypto users, because if we can give them entertainment that allows them to use new technology, I think we're going to have a much higher adoption rate and conversion rate for getting those users on board.
A lot of NFT platforms are on the rise right now. What makes NFTs valuable as digital assets?
Another good question. And I guess the analogy I really love to use about NFTs are, they are the modern day basketball cards, stamps, or anything that was once physically collectible. The reason why NFTs are seen as valuable is because they store digital data that's really unique to that particular collectible, that particular asset. And not only that, it lives in a transparent environment, which is the blockchain. So ownership of these NFTs or digital collectibles is public, it's verifiable, and you can prove its ownership on the blockchain. And I guess another layer to that is that it helps eliminate knockoffs or fakes, and you can even track the movements of these collectibles from owner to owner as well, which is really cool. To give you a real life example, such as ZED Run as well, within our own ZED Run ecosystem, we have 38,000 unique digital racehorses that are available for sale. Now, each one of these horses will live on the blockchain with unique characteristics and attributes. Now, anyone can own one of these digital racehorses. They can breed it, they can race them, and they can set their own prices on what they think it's worth based on its unique attributes. So if you think about it, these NFTs or digital racehorses essentially live on the internet. You can play with them, trade with them, and really take the notion of collectible cards or anything that was once physically collectible. It really takes it into a new realm. We've seen racehorses in our own ecosystem trade for over $6,000 as well. Because of, it might be because of its colors or because of its, the DNA that resides within the racehorse as well. The other really cool thing about it is that so the main thing about NFTs are, so a non-fungible token compared to a fungible token. So if I have one Bitcoin and I swap one Bitcoin with you, the value that we are interchanging is still the same. With an NFT, the most exciting thing about it is I could hold one ZED token and you can hold one ZED token, but the value in those tokens will be completely different. So value is really in the eye of the beholder and in the eye of the market as well.
That is a great insight, Rob. Now, how can NFT platforms like ZED turn development challenges into opportunities for investors?
Yeah, so one thing that NFTs are able to do is create a truly decentralized universe or universes. What this means that, in theory, means you're able to take in-game assets, skins, characters from one game to another with minimal development effort as well. So if you think about that for a second, that in itself is really, truly groundbreaking. A lot of games that are built, or all games that are built these days, whether it's on an iPhone or a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo, all these are centralized or closed environment. So whatever you achieve in a game, it stays within the game, and its value is within the game. You can't take anything that you have collected or achieved in one game, and you can't take that and extract value out of it in any sort of open market. So what NFTs do is you can collect racehorses, you can collect unique art, you can collect crypto kitties, you can use them in a gaming environment, and you can take those assets out of those games and go and potentially profit from it from an open market as well. And it's because of that, it's not until recently that NFTs are being taken really seriously now. And part of that reason is because the NFT industry has now it's hit a pretty significant milestone, which is really exciting for our business as well, is that the entire NFT industry has just hit the $100 million in traded value, which is only the beginning as well. And now that might be really small in compared to the wider video game and gaming industry, but we must remember that we're not even scratching the surface of what the NFT industry will become. And I guess the other opportunity there is that more and more NFT companies like ours are like our business. We are always looking for ways how to combine gaming worlds and to create an even bigger ownership system. And I think within that is where the opportunity lies as well.
Virtually Human has recently sealed a partnership with Zestner. Could you take us through what's in store for you guys, the benefits of this collaboration?
Yeah, so NEAR is, straight off the bat, NEAR is an incredible company. They are one of many protocols making it, at the end of the day, easy to build on the blockchain. What we love about NEAR and why we really wanted to work with them is because they have a developer and creator first attitude to help businesses like ours to remove bottlenecks that are inherent to the blockchain. Giving us comfort as well. They're also backed by some of the most well-known venture capital firms such as Andreessen Horowitz and Pantera Capital, which is really exciting for us to be associated with those guys too. Working with NEAR, what working with NEAR has really allowed us to do is focus on our product and our user experience first and foremost, rather than getting caught in using all our resources on solving all these technical complexities. Going on from that as well, so what we've been able to do with NEAR in a very short period of time as well is build our prediction platform called Zest. So in Zest, what users can do is essentially pick race winners from our ZED Run ecosystem and platform, watch these races in 3Ds on mobile or desktop in a completely risk-free environment. That's not really possible on the Ethereum blockchain right now. So Zest is essentially a really easy way to to come to our platform, watch really exciting races in 3D that are all generated by users and our ecosystem as well, and as well to try and predict who's going to win those races as well, with our fantasy token being Zest also. And I just want to add to that as well, NEAR have been absolutely fantastic in supporting us, and Zest will be the first product to launch on NEAR's mainnet, which is exciting for us as a team and as a business as well. And we're ready to launch any day now. So in the next couple of days, we'll be launching Zest on NEAR, and we will be the first product on NEAR's mainnet protocol too.
Lastly, Rob, do you mind disclosing what's in store for Virtually Human in the next 5 years?
Yeah, definitely. So 5 years, it's we do have really big plans and a really big vision in the next 5 years. One thing that I'm really excited about right now is that we're at the intersection of gaming, esports, sports, and of course NFTs. And with that comes an entirely new digital economy that we've discussed previously as well. We want to be extending on the ZED universe as well as creating other universes that have the ability to cross-pollinate with other games as well. So we are really hell-bent on building not just our universe, but also extending our universe to sit inside other universes as well. Secondly, we see virtually human as being one of the leaders in the NFT space as well. One thing we're really passionate about is we just want to create more entertaining experience on the blockchain and creating more avenues of accessibility. And by accessibility, it's something we've already begun putting the pillars in place, where we want to bring NFTs into your living room through augmented reality and virtual reality. We want to give users more reasons to want to own and play and collect NFTs. And essentially, we want to contribute to an industry we really believe in that will become part of mainstream gaming and culture in general as well. Right now, we have positioned Virtually Human alongside some great businesses and great investors who share in our vision. And we're pretty confident in the years to come we can achieve those milestones we set for ourselves as well.
That is fantastic, Rob. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be seeing you on the upcoming AIBC Summit in the near future.
Thank you. We hope to see you guys very soon too.
And that is all for myself and Rob. We'd love to hear how you found this interview, so share your thoughts in the comments below.